the Parallax is more aggressive, the work is more versatile, and the histogram is just cooler. But the Bolt was the first of the collaborations between Mash SF and Cinelli. Now let's take a closer look at Lucas Samonte's weatherproof sprinter of a Cinelli Mash Bolt 2.0 in this fixed gear bike check. For steel bikes that weigh well under 20 pounds or 9 kilograms that you can customize to be your dream bike right out of the box, consider checking out Wabi Cycles linked at the top of the description. In Cinelli's words, the Bolt 2.0 is made for those that demand unparalleled responsiveness in the saddle and require lightning-fast change of direction in the urban landscape. That's a fancy way of saying it turns pretty good. In the owner Lucas's words, he rides this on days where he lives his best try-hard sprinter life, a much more appropriate description. The Bolt is constructed out of 7005 aluminum, Columbus airplane aluminum that totally isn't just a marketing buzzword, triple-butted for stiffness in the right places while saving on weight. The Bolt 2.0 takes inspiration from its hipper, more popular brother, the Histogram, and actually has the same semi-pursuit geometry of the Histogram, but instead, the Bolt also has dual bottle bosses to allow Hydra homies to ride it, and is finished in a dual-tone monochromatic satin gray. And tastefully tucked on the rear of the C-tube, you can peep at the logos for all the makers of this frame set. Perfectly placed for everyone who eats this bike's dust to see. And if that wasn't enough logos for you, we have a Cello San Marco decal around the figurative corner from all those logos. And if that's still not enough logos for you, zacaloto.com/merch. Up at the cockpit, we have the ergonomic Cinelli Mash bullhorns, wrapped in ultra cushiony and luxurious $2 cork tape and plugs. The bars are connected to an 80mm -10 degree Thompson X2 stem that is really poking my urge to roast this bike and give it Fixie points. The stem is topped with a Carl Zeiss Mash top cap because owning a camera is now a personality trait and more Mash logos is more better, right? Moving on back, we have a 1990 titanium Sella Italia flight saddle that, in conjunction with the aforementioned Cello San Marco sticker, made me second guess whether these were different companies or not. They are different. I looked it up. And the saddle sits on top of a Thompson Elite seat post, making for an unprecedented, incredible, ingenious level of bike building that the world has never seen. These components have just never come together. Totally creative and original. Sorry, bike seems to have squeezed the Fixie points roasting out of me. The pedals are MKS GR9s with Project Nylon toe clips and double straps. The cranks are, surprise, surprise, not Omniums and are Sugino 75s, paired with a 53-tooth Sugino Aero Mighty NJS chainring. The cog is a 15-tooth Mikke fastened with a matching Mikke lock ring for a beefy 53-15 gear ratio because functionings are overrated. I swear, guys, there's something about this bike. I just flipped on the Fixie point switch and whew. And the drivetrain is linked together with an HKK Vertex NJS chain. For the wheels, we have the villainous H+ Sun Hydras at 25mm wide, laced to Mikke hubs with 24 and 32 Hoshi bladed NJS spokes in the front and rear, respectively. I didn't even know that there were bladed NJS spokes. Pretty nifty. And the wheels are wrapped in 25C Continental Ultra Sports. Although the Bolt is often outshined by its flashier brethren, there's something refreshing about its more understated approach. Well, understated as far as trendy aluminum fixies go. It's not the most aggressive one, not the hardiest one, nor is it the coolest one, but the Bolt is the nicest one. And what I mean by that is, it will likely age the most gracefully once flashy paint and rusted frames go out of style. If you want to have your fixed gear featured in a bike check with mild amounts of roasting, check out how to do that pinned in the top comments below the like button. And speaking of bikes that I love to check out and bikes that you all should check out, our channel sponsor Wabi Cycles can help you to get on a bike that rides exactly the way you want. Every one of Wabi's design choices are meticulously made to give the purest ride quality for the money, and Wabi executes those choices perfectly with handmade craftsmen right here in Taiwan and a friendly bike shop in Denver, Colorado that's eager to answer your questions and get you on a bike that is right for you. This makes for efficient, elegant, and timeless bikes that you can get from a passionate, helpful group of fellow cyclists. And also Wabi's absolute relentless attention to detail results in my Wabi Special, 58 centimeters, weighing in at 17.5 grams or just a hair under 8 kilograms, straight out of the box with no carbon components. It results in the best riding experience I've ever had with the snappy, lively ride quality that only top-tier steel can bring. And that pure fun makes it easy to ride my Wabi Special as my only bike. If you're looking for the bike that could very well put an end to your search for the perfect bike, consider checking out our channel sponsor, Wabi Cycles, linked in the description. And Fixie famous shout out to Stand Strong 108, Ryan Witt, Julian Carona, Gio Deza, and Crux for supporting the channel on Patreon and helping to make these fixed gear videos possible.